like a Hellcat.
Do you think in times of COVID and pandemic, no, real estate investing in the Philippines is still good?
I think just now, this point was also shared. I shared with you the real example here. When COVID happened last year, everybody was projecting that the real estate prices will come down, maybe about 20-30%, even in Singapore. So all of us were preparing for that. Although we know in the long term, things will still be good. But as you can see, those who are in the know, real estate prices ironically have gone up, not just in Singapore, but all the cities. You have a lot of friends in New Zealand, Canada, Australia, Hong Kong. You ask them. You don't even have to ask me. The prices have gone up during pandemic. Why? Because the pandemic has changed, and in fact, it has made real estate investment all the more important, because a roof over your head is now a must during the pandemic.
Wow, thank you very much. Oh my, iba talaga yung point of view ng iba. Can you just imagine how many years you are practicing realtor as a realtor in Singapore, Sir Pochu?
25 years, more than 25 years. And that's why, I've experienced all this, and it really pains me. That's why I encourage many of my Filipino friends that regardless of your financial situation now, if you have little income, you buy small. You got mid income, buy a little bit bigger. If you have a lot of income, then you have to buy bigger one and invest. And it's really true that if I knew this earlier, I would have actually forced my family members to invest early so that they can actually retire early. So the other things that I can tell you why I say you must invest now, not just COVID, but also the minute the prices start going up in Philippines, there's one definite thing that will happen, because eventually those who missed out will complain, and the government will then have to do something. Most of the time they will say, okay, because foreigners are buying, I'm not happy, because how can foreigners be buying real estate in Philippines, and then the prices go up, the foreigners will benefit, right? This is a common problem in all the major cities. So the government will have to come in to cool down the prices by introducing few measures. The two main measures will be what we so-call monetary policy. The other one is fiscal policy, right? Monetary policy, they will make it very difficult for you to borrow. And the fiscal policy is they introduce levies, stamp fees. If you buy say a $4 million peso, they will introduce, let's say, stamp fees of 10% or 15% and things like that. Now, so if you don't invest now, when the prices keep going up, not only that the prices went up and then you cannot afford, but even if you can afford, you want to buy, the policy will make it for you very difficult. I give an example. In 1988, when I started working as a bank officer, 88, 89, and that time, because I came from very poor family, I was the only graduate from my family. So I have a very good income then, although not very, very high income, but good income. Do you know in 1988, 1989, the bank financing in Singapore was 100%.
Wow!
Some banks were giving 103%. Why the 3% come about? Because when you buy a real estate, the government you got to pay a stamp fees. Even the stamp fees, the bank is willing to lend you, because the banks were very confident of the real estate also. If you are the boss of a bank, why are you doing that? it implies that you believe in real estate. But as a new graduate, I have no courage. My salary, technically, when you buy real estate, you don't have to come up with money. You just show your employment salary. The bank is prepared to lend you, right? But I didn't. But today, even if you take your very first bank loan, you can only borrow maximum 75%. Okay, if you take your second loan, how much loan you can get? You can only get 45%. So that is to say that if you do not invest now, when the Philippine real estate prices go up, I can assure you in 10 years' time, the government will definitely have to do something. You'll be something like that. They will make it difficult for you to borrow money, and then they will introduce a lot of levy. You got to pay a lot of stamp fees to make it very difficult for you to buy. Okay. So now that it's affordable, you buy now. COVID or no COVID. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Pochu.
Like a Hellcat.
Karamihan sa atin ay takot mag-invest. Baka daw mawala ang pera, kaya sinisave na lang ito sa bangko. Or worst, tinatabi mo na lang ito sa aparador mo. Pero ano nga ba mangyayari sa future mo at sa family mo kung hindi ka nag-i-invest? We will see. Recap lang tayo, ang investment ay isang asset na nabili mo na magbibigay sa iyo ng pera sa tamang panahon. Or asset na nag-a-appreciate ang value or tumataas ang presyo na pwede mong ibenta sa tamang panahon. Iba ito sa pagsisave or sa pag-iipon mo ng pera. Kasi hindi siya lumalago kapag ganun. And trust me, madali siyang nauubos. Ngayon, paano pag wala kang investment? Ito ang mangyayari sa'yo. Number 1, mawawala ka ng lakas at mawawalan ka ng trabaho. Kung inaakala mo na ang lakas ng katawan mo at ang pagtatrabaho ay forever, pues walang forever. Kung iniisip mo na 30 years from now, kasing kisig, kasing tibay, kasing lakas yung sarili mo ngayon, by that time, mag-isip ka, please. At kung iniisip mo na 30 years from now, na ang trabaho mo ay hindi mawawala sa'yo, please, pag-isipan mong mabuti. Nagbabago ang mundo. Yung inaakala mong manual na pagtatahe ay kaya nang gawin ng makina ngayon. Enjoy life to the fullest. Lalo na kapag nasa age ka na dapat nagre-relax ka na lang at tumutulong na lang sa young generations. Ang sarap sa feeling na napufulfill mo yung mga binigay sa iyo ng nasa taas na purpose kung bakit ka pinanganak dito sa mundo. At hindi lang para mag-work ka na mag-work para lang makasurvive. This is a very sad reality na marami pa rin nagtatrabaho ng age 60 pataas. I'm your friend, ayokong mangyari din ito para sa'yo. Pag-aralan mong mabuti kung paano hindi ka na mag-work by that age. Pero may continuous monthly income ka pa din. At magagawa mo lang yun with investments and businesses. Hindi sa work o sa pagiging employee mo. Number 2, tatanda ka na mahirap financially. Ipagpalagay natin na 20 years old ka nagsimula magtrabaho. At throughout your career life ay wala kang anumang na-invest. Hanggang sa dumating yung ika-60th birthday mo ay wala ka pa rin anumang investments. Ano sa palagay mo ang mangyayari sa'yo? Dahil walang nagbibigay ng monthly income mo from an investment sana at sa pensyon ka lang nakadepende, aasa ka sa mga anak mo. Tama, aasa ka sa mga anak mo na may sarili-sarili ding mga pamilya, pambili ng pagkain, gamit sa bahay, at kung ano-ano pa ang pangangailangan mo. Ayaw nating mangyari na magiging burden tayo sa mga anak natin. Kaya habang bata ka pa ngayon, ay mag-prepare ka na kung paano ba talaga kumikita nang hindi nagtatrabaho pagtanda mo. At tandaan mo, limpak-limpak na salapi ang presyo ng gamot. Number 3, you will work for the rest of your life hanggang sa mamatay ka. Lalo na kapag walang sumusuporta sa iyong mga anak. I cannot imagine na magtatrabaho ako hanggang sa mamatay ako. Dahilan sa wala akong naitanim na investment noong malakas pa ako. Kung walang investment, patay kang bata ka. Magtatrabaho ka for the rest of your life na dapat ay nag-aalaga ka na lang o nakikipaglaro sa mga apo mo. At pinapasyal mo na lang sana sila sa Enchanted Kingdom every month. With business or investments, imagine yourself na pumipitas na lamang ng pera. Dahil sa ininvest mo noong malakas ka pa. Ngayon, paano ba ito gagawin? By starting to invest in yourself first. Bago ang pag-invest ng tunay na pera. I don't know how you will do it and sobrang maraming ways on how to do it. May Google naman at may mga tao dyan na pwedeng tumulong sa'yo with reach and proper mindset. And it's up to you now kung paano mo siya sisimulan. Listen, I want you to become wealthy in life. Kasi alam mo kung bakit? Because you will have the power to bless and help other people kapag nangyari yun. Pwede kang tumulong sa mga mahihirap, pwede kang mag-build ng iyong charity, tumulong sa bansa natin, maglibot all around the world, at i-appreciate yung mga nilikha dito sa mundo. At kung ano-ano pa. My name is Philip Jamonsanto and one of my dreams is to become a billionaire by sharing this information, yung mga natunan ko, and yung mga ways to become a billionaire. Like this page, visit my blog, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram. See you guys again next week. Bye.
Now the splurge is usually with property, like we have 2 properties that way.
I
Because,
believe in real estate.
Yes, yes, you do.
I do. I
yes,
know.
yes.
I love property the way some women love shoes. You know,
Yes.
I do.
Because it's our
God
anchor.
isn't making any more land, okay?
That's
this is
right.
what we got here on the planet Earth. You're not getting any more. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And also the properties are our anchor. It's where we,
Yeah.
can be comfortable, and so I have a few pickup trucks. That's it.
Bakit ganun kayaman ang isang Joel Cruz? How do you answer that?
Yung perfume namin, hindi lang namin minomarket sa Philippines, no? Minomarket din namin sa ibang bansa. Meron din kami sa ibang countries, no? Magaling lang siguro ako humawak ng pera na binalagay ko rin sa mga ibang negosyo. Nag-real
Hindi lang
estate ako,
okay.
pati sa ibang bansa, nag-real estate din ako. Yung ganon, hindi ko masyado nilalagay sa, sa bangko ang pera. Yun, iniikot ko yung pera. Oo. Liquidated naman kami, awan ng Diyos, pero may business ako sa ibang bansa din.
So, hindi lang talaga yung hindi lang sa aficionado.
Perfume, sa real estate, yung ganon. Pati mga condos na may mga nag-rent din sa akin. Yun.
Paano ba naging successful? Paano ba yumaman ng isang Joel Cruz? Saan ka nag-start?
Siguro,
Pero
alam mo
hindi
naman,
pa kahirap.
humble beginning yung